Hey, just a short video to show you how to set up an Instagram account inside of a Dolphin anti-detect web browser profile with Proxy. Hey, I'm Bjorn Olsen from YourRFEmpire.com and the Empire Forums, owner of the OnlyFans Empire, an OnlyFans management agency managing girls in the top 1% from all over the world completely remotely, hence different hotel rooms and pets and all my different videos. Check us out at YourRFEmpire.com or at YourRFEmpire on all major social media platforms. But for now, let's get back to the video. So first you're going to want to purchase the proxy. If you see my other videos, I normally use Proxy Cheap for these demonstrations. Their normal proxies are pretty, we'll go new order. But normal proxies are pretty shocking quality regarding the fraud rating. But if you saw one of my recent videos, can't remember which one it was, you'll notice that they introduced a new feature, which is when you select one of their proxies, you can either select the standard proxy, which has that pretty shocking fraud rating I was talking about, or they introduce a new one, premium proxy. This means that it will have a 0 fraud rating, which means they can be used with dating apps. But for Instagram, you don't really need to worry about that. So one of these standard proxies will do fine. Now, if you notice, I just selected a static residential proxy. This is because static means stay still and residential means house. So you want a proxy that looks like it's coming from a house that's standing still. You don't want a rotating residential proxy, for example, because then it looks like it's coming from a house that's jumping all over the shop. Now, Instagram might not care as much. I'm not too sure. It's just a social media platform after all. Dating apps are where you really have to watch out. Same with Reddit, kind of, sort of. But just stick with static residential because then you're not confusing yourself using different proxies for this, different proxies for this. Just stick with static residential. Otherwise, there's mobile proxies. I've gone over that in another video. That's the dating apps. They're expensive, but for dating apps, you probably need them. But as I said, Instagram is, you don't need to worry about it too much. So we'll just go with static residential, all right? Now, 350, there you go. I literally just use this account now for the YouTube demonstrations because I started using another proxy provider. Oh, there we go. Okay, so as I said, static residential proxy. Country, any country will do, it's Instagram. But you want to be safe, try sticking with a Western country. Protocol, SOX 5. Internet service provider, I don't know US too well. AT&T, why not? Authentication type, username, password, boom. Quantity, 1. Time period, 1 month, or however long you're planning on using this Instagram account. Now, the purposes you might be purchasing this for would probably be for a model. Because if you see my other videos, you're on Empire, you'll know that I say for your Instagram or your agency Instagram, to set up on your personal mobile device, because then you can cold outreach on it. It's a lot easier. You'll be more active on it. That is the main Instagram account that you want to grow, that you want social proof, because that is how you're obtaining your models. But if you're past that and you've already got a model and you're setting up social media accounts, then that is where these Dolphin anti-detect web browser profiles will come in with proxies. The reason being is that you have to assume that you're going to grow and get more than one model, which means you can't have all of their social media accounts on your mobile device. It's going to get pretty messy. So therefore, because you're assuming you're going to grow, scale, and get more than one model, you want to set up their social media accounts each with their own anti-detect web browser profile and their own proxy. All right, so let's continue. So as I said, depending on how long you reckon, because I'm literally just purchasing this for the demonstration, yeah, I've already got a balance here, blah, blah, blah. Cool, let's check out. So that's purchased. Now, you'll click on it. These are all the details you're going to be using. Normally, I'd run it through Scamalytics to see what the fraud rating is, but because it's Instagram, you don't have to worry about it too much. So we'll leave these details here. In the meantime, you want to boot up Dolphin Anty. If you haven't already downloaded it, download it now. There's a link in the description. Yes, they are a sponsor of ours, but they are actually really good. Otherwise, I wouldn't push them. So once you've loaded it up, here's the profiles here. This profile is from the last YouTube video I did using Dolphin Anty. I figured, hey, let's just make it a whole account just dedicated to YouTube demos, because then I don't need to worry about creepy hackers trying to suss out the models and like hack into any of this stuff. So I was like, hey, let's just create another account just for YouTube demos, eh? Right, so once you've loaded up, you will go to Proxies. Where is it? Proxies. Now we're going to add in this is the proxy from the last YouTube demo. Oh no, you're going to type it in and use it. Oh no. Now, we're going to add new one. This is the format we're going to be using here. Wait, there it is. This is the format we're going to be using here. So you copy and paste. So let me show you what that means. This means we're going to be taking the login and the password from the relevant spot in here. There it is, username, password, and then the proxy IP and port. See that? That's the proxy IP, and then that is the port number there. So you're just going to swap it all out. All right, so let's do that. So there's the username, which is login. Now you'll quickly just do that. Control V, done. And you do the same with the password. Copy. Done. Same with the proxy IP and port. Copy them both. And done. All right, now add. All booted up. Unknown. Why is that? Oh, I didn't test it. Okay, you want to test it. There you go. You want to make sure. You got to test it. Make sure. Make sure. There you go. Active. Yay. Sweet. Now that's all done. Okay, now you go back to profiles, back to browsers here. You'll leave that proxy there. So that is America, New York. Let's note that, all right? Browsers, right? Now we go to create profile. Create a new profile. This will be an Instagram. And you, as I said, you're assuming you're going to grow big and scale to get more and more models. So make sure you're using their names and all their browser profiles. So then when you have a bunch of them, you can scroll through, you can see who's who and what to use, all right? This also helps when you're using VAs, because then you can group all of the models' browsers into one group and have the VA only be able to access them. For example, you might have like an Instagram, Twitter, X, Reddit, OnlyFans, whatever. And because it's all for the same model, you can lump them all together in a group. And you can say this VA has their own login credentials and they can only access this group. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. So that will be model name. Boom. Status. Ready. Tags. You want to use tags because, as I said, when you grow big and strong, you're going to have a lot of browsers to sift through. So if you start using tags now, you make it easier in the future, right? So normally you go Instagram and then model name, but you can see that I already used that in another video, but that would actually be the model's name, not model name, right? Done. Now, Windows, that's fine. Leave all that as is. No, we'll go save proxy, all right? Which one is that? There we go. Profiles 0. This means this proxy has been linked to 0 profiles, which means it must be the new one. So you'll select that. Cool, cool, leave as is. Now, language, manual. Now, this is a US proxy that I selected, which means the default language in the browser profile is going to be English. But I like to get in the habit of making sure that they are manually selected as English. So this means that if you purchase a proxy from a non-English speaking country, this will override the default language in the browser profile and make it English. Because otherwise, if you leave it on auto, it will default to whatever location or whatever country the proxy is from, right? So I know this is America, but let's just get in the habit of manually making the language English and then leave all as is. Cool, 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 cool. Let's create. Boom. There it is. Instagram model name. Now we'll start it up. Now you're going to log into the Instagram. If you haven't already created an Instagram account for them, then you'll open up Instagram and start doing that now. So let's go to Insta. Cool. And then, assuming you haven't already created an account for them, you'll start creating it now. So you'll sign up, you use whatever email you've allocated for them, whatever media you've allocated for them, and you will load it all up into this Instagram. Now here's the cool thing. Once you've finished, don't exit the tab. You leave the tab open, you close the whole window. Why do you close the whole window? Because that means that when you open up this Dolphin Anty browser profile again, Instagram will be already open and you don't need to log in again. So this saves having to, just in case, you might have to use two-factor authorization. If the proxy seems a little fraudulent and Instagram might want you to double check, or you have a VA that's using it, saves them having to log in and go through any identification details or any issues that might arise. So it's easy if you just leave the account already logged in, because then each time you load up the Dolphin Anty browser, Instagram's already logged in. See? And that's it. Now, what you can also do is you can also load up other relevant files that might be interesting, that might be useful. So what I normally do is I load up a Google Drive with the email address that is associated with the Instagram account that I've created for the model. And this Google Drive is normally going to have access to all the content that I'll use on Insta. And then I just like to keep it all together because this means that if a VA uses it, they can log in and they have access to all the media that will be used in conjunction with the Instagram in case you get them to do any scheduling or anything like that. That's what I like to do. It's not too important, but least of all, what you're going to do is you're going to have the Instagram open here. You're going to sign up and leave it logged in. And then you're simply just going to close the browser. And that's it. And it'll be ready for the next time. And that's it. So I'll keep it nice and short because I've got a flu, been working too hard, but look, doesn't stop, ain't no rest for the wicked, eh? So if you like the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the Empire Forums.
The ultimate hub for OnlyFans success.